Steam Deck, a portable gaming hardware developed by a company, Valve, which owns the world's largest game ESD, has been unveiled. They are already receiving pre-orders on the official website, ahead of the release in December. Some people are worried about that. There's no exclusive title like Nintendo Switch. Nintendo Switch's success was due to the release of not only exclusive titles, such as Zelda, or Mario, but also AAA games already released on other consoles, such as Doom, or Elder Scrolls Skyrim. If you don't have many titles to play except for a few exclusive titles, you might get sick of it quickly. Is the release of the exclusive title essential to success in the console game market? Could the Nintendo Switch be successful with its exclusive title? There are quite a few Switch users who don't play games like Zelda, or Mario at all. Also, there may be many people who wanted a portable game console, but couldn't play high-end games like GTA, or Horizon Zero Dawn with Nintendo Switches, so they might have waited for a more high-end game console to be released. The gameplay lists in this video is just for them. The lists are a selection of 50 AAA games that Switch users have long been eager to release on the Nintendo Switch, but have not yet released. Game players, especially Steam game players, who watched this video, may be waiting for the Steam Deck's release as soon as possible. Okay, then, shall we get started? Number 1. Grand Theft Auto V. The open-world design lets players freely roam San Andreas open countryside, and the fictional city of Los Santos, based on Los Angeles. Players control the 3 lead protagonists throughout single-player and switch among them, both during and outside missions. The story is centered on the heist sequences, and many missions involve shooting and driving gameplay. Number 2. Nier Automata. Tells the story of androids, 2B, 9S and A2, and their battle to reclaim the machine-driven dystopia overrun by powerful machines. Players take the role of combat androids from the Yorha units across an open world. In addition to standard navigation on foot, using a special item allows the player to summon a wild animal to ride, and in some scenarios pilot a flying mech to fight enemies. Number 3. Nier Replicant. The upgraded prequel of Nier Automata. The player assumes the role of the protagonist, a young man in relentless pursuit of a cure for his little sister, Yona, who had fallen ill from the disease. Though the game progresses linearly through a main storyline, the adventure is packed with side quests and open-world fights, and decisions made by the player eventually lead to different endings. Number 4. Horizon Zero Dawn. Experience Aloy's legendary quest to unravel the mysteries of a future Earth ruled by machines. Use devastating tactical attacks against your prey and explore a majestic open world in this award-winning action RPG. Number 5. Resident Evil Village. Experience survival horror like never before in the 8th major installment in the Resident Evil franchise. With detailed graphics, intense first-person action and masterful storytelling, the terror has never felt more realistic. Number 6. Yakuza series. Sega's legendary Japanese series. Fight like hell through all around Japan as a legendary Yakuza Kiryu Kazuma. Take a front row seat to Yakuza life in Japan in an experience unlike anything else in video gaming. Number 7. Resident Evil 2 Remake. A deadly virus engulfs the residents of Raccoon City in September of 1998, plunging the city into chaos as flesh-eating zombies roam the streets for survivors. An unparalleled adrenaline rush, gripping storyline, and unimaginable horrors await you. Number 8. Tomb Raider. Also known as Lara Croft, Tomb Raider between 2001 and 2008, is a media franchise that originated with an action-adventure video game series created by British gaming company Core Design. Number 9. Red Dead Redemption 2. The story is set in 1899 in a fictionalized representation of the Western, Midwestern, and Southern United States and follows outlaw Arthur Morgan, a member of the Van der Linde gang. Arthur must deal with the decline of the Wild West whilst attempting to survive against government forces, rival gangs, and other adversaries. Number 10. Days Gone. Set in a post-apocalyptic Oregon 2 years after a global pandemic, Days Gone follows the story of Deacon St. John, a former member of a biker gang. After discovering that there is a chance his wife Sarah is still alive, Deacon embarks on a quest to reunite with her. Number 11. Resident Evil 3 Remake. Jill Valentine is one of the last remaining people in Raccoon City to witness the atrocities Umbrella performed. To stop her, Umbrella unleashes their ultimate secret weapon, Nemesis. Also includes Resident Evil Resistance, a new 1 vs 4 online multiplayer game set in the Resident Evil universe. Number 12. It Takes Two. It is specifically designed for split-screen cooperative multiplayer, which means that it must be played with another player through either local or online play. The game also features a large number of minigames. Number 13. Monster Hunter World. In the game, the player takes the role of a hunter, tasked to hunt down and either kill or trap monsters that roam in one of several environmental spaces. The game's core loop has the player crafting appropriate gear to be able to hunt down more difficult monsters. Number 14. Devil May Cry 5. Follows a trio of warriors with demonic powers, the returning Dante, Nero and a new protagonist named V as they attempt to stop the demon King Urizen from destroying the human world. Across their journey in Red Grave City, the player can use these characters in different missions. Number 15. Final Fantasy XV. The game features an open-world environment and action-based battle system, incorporating quick-switching weapons, elemental magic, and other features such as vehicle travel and camping. Number 16. Resident Evil 7. Fear and isolation seep through the walls of an abandoned southern farmhouse. 7 marks a new beginning for survival horror with the isolated view of the visceral new first-person perspective. Number 17. Street Fighter V. It was released exclusively on the PlayStation 4 and PC, on which cross-platform multiplayer is available. The game introduces the V-Gauge, which builds as the player receives attacks and adds 3 new skills. Number 18. Tekken 7. Introduces several new elements to the fighting system such as rage arts and the power crush mechanic, making the game more beginner-friendly than previous iterations in the series. Number 19. Dead or Alive 6. It was praised for its polished gameplay, battle arenas, and its beginners-friendly tutorials. New features include slow-motion moments and visible damage on the fighters during the course of the fight. Number 20. Call of Duty. Modern Warfare 3. The campaign follows a CIA officer and British SAS forces as they team up with rebels. The game's Special Ops mode features cooperative play missions that follow up the campaign story. Number 21. Battlefield 5. The series features a particular focus on large maps, teamwork and vehicle warfare. Playing in squads has become a major element of games in the series. Apart from soldiers, also tanks, airplanes, and other vehicles may participate in these battles. Number 22. Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts 2. It uses mission-based gameplay, instead of focusing on open-world format. The game offers 5 sizable maps, allowing players to complete a total of 25 missions with open-ended contracts. Number 23. The Surge 2. The game features a character creator which allows players to customize the appearances and gender of their player avatar. Players can utilize a variety of melee weapons to defeat enemies. Number 24. Tom Clancy's The Division. The player, a special agent of the Strategic Homeland Division, is tasked with helping the group rebuild its operations in Manhattan, investigate the nature of the outbreak, and combat criminal activity in its wake. Number 25. Hitman 2. Genetically engineered assassin Agent 47 as he hunts down the mysterious Shadow Client and his allies, who are trying to destroy the secretive organization controlling the world's affairs known as Providence. After discovering the Shadow Client's identity, however, he and his handler Diana Burnwood switch sides and assist him in finding Providence's leaders. Number 26. Sekiro. The game follows a shinobi known as John Sekiro as he attempts to take revenge on a samurai clan, who attacked him and kidnapped his lord. Gameplay is focused on stealth, exploration, and combat, with a particular emphasis on boss battles. Number 27. Assassin's Creed. The Assassin's Creed series depicts a fictional millennia-old struggle between the assassins, who fight for peace with free will, and the Templars, who desire peace through order and control. The series features historical fiction, science fiction and fictional characters intertwined with real-world historical events and figures. Number 28. Cyberpunk 2077. The story takes place in Night City, an open world set in the cyberpunk universe. Players assume the first-person perspective of a customizable mercenary known as V, who can acquire skills in hacking and machinery with options for melee and ranged combat. Number 29. Bio Mutant. It is an action role-playing game set in an open-world environment and played from a third-person perspective in which the player takes control of a mammalian warrior in a world filled with mutated animals. Number 30. Watch Dogs 2. Players control Marcus Holloway, a hacker who works with the hacking group DedSec to take down the city's advanced surveillance system known as CTOS. There are multiple ways to complete missions, and each successful assignment increases the follower count of DedSec. Number 31. Sleeping Dogs. Sleeping Dogs is an action-adventure game set in an open-world environment and played from a third-person perspective. The player controls Wei Shen, a Chinese-American police officer who goes undercover and infiltrates the Sun On Yi Triad organization. Number 32. Batman Arkham Knight. The game's main storyline follows Batman as he confronts Scarecrow, who has launched an attack on Gotham City, causing a citywide evacuation. The game has a primary focus on Batman's melee combat, stealth abilities, detective skills, and gadgets. Batman can freely move around the open world of Gotham City. Number 33. A Way Out. It is specifically designed for split-screen cooperative multiplayer, which means that it must be played with another player through either local or online play while both players' screens are displayed next to each other. In the game, players control Leo and Vincent, two convicted prisoners who must break out of prison and stay on the run from authorities. Number 34. Mad Max. In the game, players control Max Rockatansky, as he progresses through the wasteland building a vehicle, the Magnum Opus, to do battle with a gang of raiders, led by Scabrous Scrotus, and to reach the storied Plains of Silence, where he hopes to find peace. Mad Max emphasizes vehicular combat, in which players can use weapon and armor upgrades on their car to fight enemies. Number 35. Fallout 4. The game is set within an open-world post-apocalyptic environment that encompasses the city of Boston and the surrounding Massachusetts region known as the Commonwealth. It makes use of a number of local landmarks, including Bunker Hill, Fort Independence, and Old North Bridge near Concord, as the bridge out of Sanctuary Hills. Number 36. Halo 3. Halo 3's story centers on the interstellar war between 26th century humanity, a collection of alien races known as the Covenant, and the alien parasite Flood. The player assumes the role of the Master Chief, a cybernetically enhanced super soldier, as he battles the Covenant and the Flood. Number 37. Borderlands 3. Players complete quests and side missions, in single-player or multiplayer, as one of 4 classes. When killed, enemies may drop weapons and gear which can be equipped. New abilities are unlocked as the player gains experience. Number 38. Middle-earth. Shadow of War. The game builds upon the Nemesis system, introduced in Shadow of Mordor, allowing Talion to gain followers from several races of Middle-earth, including Uruks and Ologs, and plan out complex strategies using these to complete missions. Number 39. Dynasty Warriors 9. The game revamps the gameplay of the series with the introduction of the open-world environment. A traversable map of China is implemented which the player can freely roam on foot, horseback or boat. The game focuses on livable environments, such as cities and towns as well as places where large battles take place. Number 40. One Piece World Seeker. One Piece World Seeker is an action-adventure game which puts players in the role of Monkey D. Luffy from a third-person perspective. One Piece World Seeker is set in the Prison Island, which is located in the New World. The player will experience and wage battles in an open-world environment which can be freely explored. Number 41. Portal 2. Like the original Portal, players solve puzzles by placing portals and teleporting between them. Portal 2 adds features including tractor beams, lasers, light bridges, and paint-like gels that alter player movement or allow portals to be placed on any surface. Number 42. Sherlock Holmes. The Devil's Daughter. The majority of the game involves exploring crime scenes and examining clues. Once discovered, clues are added to a deduction board, a gameplay mechanic which involves linking pieces of information together, leading to possibilities for different deductions. Number 43. Titanfall 2. In Titanfall 2, players control Titans, mecha-style exoskeletons and their pilots, who are agile and equipped with a variety of skills ranging from wall running to cloaking. Set in a science fiction universe, the single-player campaign follows the story of Jack Cooper, a rifleman from the Frontier Militia, who bonds with his mentor's Titan BT-7274, after his mentor is killed in action. Number 44. Max Payne 3. Players control Max Payne, a former NYPD detective. 9 years after the events of the second game, Max finds work as a private security contractor in Sao Paulo, Brazil, but becomes entangled in a quest filled with death and betrayal. Number 45. Metal Gear Solid 5. It is a stealth game in which players take the role of Punished, Venom Snake, from a third-person perspective in an open world. The gameplay elements were largely unchanged from Ground Zeroes, meaning that players will have to sneak from several points in the game world, avoiding enemy guards, and remaining undetected. Number 46. Dark Souls 3. Players have access to a variety of weapons, armor, magic, and consumables that they can use to fight their enemies. Bonfires serve as checkpoints. The Estus Flask is the consumable used for healing in Dark Souls 3. Ashen Estus Flasks restore focus points, which can be used for magic or weapon arts. Number 47. Tales of Zestiria. The game uses a variation of the action-based linear motion battle system, with additional elements including a navigable open world. The story follows Saray, a young man blessed with powers by a mystical spirit race known as the Seraphim who act as a stabilizing force in the land, as he travels to free the land of Glenwood from the threat of the Hellion, creatures spawned by negative emotions. Number 48. Tales of Berseria. The game's world is shared with Tales of Zestiria, although the events occur 1,000 years before the latter. As the player searches the world of Wasteland, they will find fragments of history and truth that never made it to the future era. Number 49. Project Cars 3. Project Cars 3 introduces more customizable cars that are available to race over 140 global circuits. The game also features 24-hour cycles, various seasons, and weather effects. The career mode has been rebuilt, with the artificial intelligence being enhanced. Number 50. Need for Speed Heat. Need for Speed Heat is a racing game set in an open-world environment called Palm City, a fictionalized version of the city Miami, Florida and its surrounding area. The in-game map features diverse geography, including mountainous areas and open fields. Okay, that's it. That was the top 50 AAA game titles on Steam Deck that you cannot play on Nintendo Switch. Thanks for watching. This is Bobtendo Game TV. Please stay tuned.